And we're playing Regicide mode. So if you don't know Regicide mode, which probably most of you do, but you start with a king. If your king dies, you're out. You lose. So the whole win condition is to be the last king standing. And the way that Pilgrims works, it's not exploding kings. Nope, just regular kings. Exploding kings is pretty fun though. It's pretty dope. So the way this Pilgrims works is you start on these islands with a whole bunch of vills, and you can either build your TC on your starting island, but they're pretty small with limited resources, right? You just got small patch of stone and gold, and very little wood, right? There's just a tiny bit of wood. Or you can go to the mainland and risk it with the wolves to try and get a TC down on the mainland. I personally like to build my TC on the island and then move out later on. Oh, we've got our first chat. Wegison is saying to Freya, we are both low elo. Want to ally. Interesting tactic. Reaching out to the lower elos to try and make friends. So, we do have some crazy variants in the elos, by the way. So, like, Caden's like 1500 elo. Fish is like 1750 elo. Is it Diplo? It is Diplo. So you can make allies or enemies as much as you want with the other players.
Yes.
And yeah, it is. It is indeed Diplo. And Dragonlord Freya says yes, but wait, hold on a second. Dragonlord Freya says yes to the wrong player. Dragonlord Freya is talking to Caden himself. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. That's so funny. So Wegison says to Freya, we are both low elo, want to ally, and Dragonlord replies to Caden and says yes. I don't know if that was like a misclick, but I don't think that Wegison is gonna know. So we're gonna have to see if they do indeed ally as the game goes on. Right now, you have everyone except for Trax has gone to the mainland to build their TC. Trax builds a TC here and is docking his island, so he's gonna fish. Caden is docking his island over here. He's gonna fish. Who else is docking on their island? Fish and Tofu's docking on their island is going to fish. And then we have. Let's just zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so Delita is a 2K. All right, this is the highest elo player in the game right now. So Delita is a 2K player, and Delita has. Oh, can I move the chat to the left or the right? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Give me 1 second, and I can do that. Chat box has been moved. Hopefully that's better. Actually, it's supposed to be there. You know what? Yeah, it's supposed to be there. Let's just leave it there for now. Normally when I have it in caster mode, but I have the sub timer on this screen, so we're gonna keep it right there. That should be fine. I think that'll be good right there. If it's in the way, we'll move it. Yeah, leave space for res, etc. Yeah, so like if I wanna, actually, I could probably move it a little down. Not that screen. Let's move the chat box just slightly down. Perfect. All right, I think it's all good now. Okay, so Delita opts to dock here, drops a TC as soon as he hits the mainland, and oh, what happened to Fish? Fish just died? Well, now, somebody might go and collect. Oh, you crashed. Okay. This is a lot of turkeys that Fish left hanging around. So somebody's going to have a big payday when they walk by this TC. And it's all good. At the end of the day, sometimes the crashes happen. We'll let the 7 players who are in there play it out. Yeah, it's sad for you. Maybe we can get you into another one. I think I'm going to cast this one by myself, but maybe another game we can co-cast potentially. Yeah, thanks DE, right? Thank you. So Trax, this is why I like to place the TC out here on the starting island. 1, you don't get bothered by anyone. 2, your workers like work very efficiently from the start because you're not sailing across the ocean and finding a place to settle. You're like immediately getting your eco rolling, and you can get a lot of fish out fast, and that's exactly what we're gonna see here. Trax already has 4 fishing ships out, and a lot of other players aren't even close to that. Delita's 2K and only has 3 out, right? And then let's see. Looks like Caden Caden has 1 fishing ship, 2, 3 fishing ships out. This is a rough dock position because there's no deep fish here. Like, I think there might have been a deep fish there, but there's one here, right? There's a tuna there. But yeah, so Delita should rapidly take score lead. Trax, I think, because of the decision making, really strong decision making, should continue to be pretty high on the scoreboard. Ahriman is Burgundians, and the Burgundians have a really solid land eco. So even if he doesn't get a ton going as far as the fish goes, if he gets the eco upgrades, then we should be in good shape, right? Oh, Wegesson says, I am in bottom left, taking the corner. And he says that to Dragon Lord Freya. Now, Dragon Lord Freya, as far as I know, hasn't actually responded to Wegesson yet. Dragon Lord Freya responded to Caden instead, so we'll see if Dragon Lord Freya gets it right and starts talking to Wegesson, or if Wegesson is going to be talking to no one. Also, this must be a glitch. The berries are literally inside of the tree line. I guess no one's going to be taking that food. We're going to have to keep an eye on this. If someone ends up taking that food or not, it'll be really funny. Okay, so we have Caden up here in the north. We have Jehaley up here in the north with the king just chilling out in the open. Same thing with Caden. Like, this is risky. You never know, right? You never know. Obviously, it's still Dark Age. There's not much that can kill you. But definitely would want to secure this pretty soon. All right? It was the internet. So Jehaley already built a donjon. This makes me think, we're going to check Jehaley's perspective. Does Jehaley just build this for defense? Or is Jehaley thinking, who can I kill fast with sergeants? Jehaley's not allied with anybody, right? Caden, not allied with anyone? I thought these little black dots were people that they've allied with, right? Or that's who they have selected. That's who they've allied with, but hasn't necessarily allied back. I think that's what it is. So, Caden, no allies. Jehaley, no allies. Let's see Ahriman. Ahriman, no allies. It seems to me as though there aren't very many people allied at this point. We're gonna have to see as time goes on. You're gonna make more memes. All right, Fish. Sounds good. This is so... It's so funny to see how many of the kings are just chilling. Now, we do have 2 players. Both Delita and Trax are both up to feudal. So, you really want to start being careful, right? Because if one of these players decides to make scouts, it could be brutal. It could be really brutal. Let's see here. Dragon Lord Freya, still just hanging out here. Kind of walling off the rest of the world. I think Dragon Lord Freya was the only one who picked Civ, and because Dragon Lord Freya is like around 800, I believe, elo. So it's interesting to see some of the lower elo players doing this very, very small walls, right, to protect their bases. Caden with a wall of houses, but Caden's like 1400 elo, so all the players except for obviously Fish, now getting close to feudal age. Oh, Trax is immediately building fires. So, Trax has gone for not only a very strong build at home, it's got 2 transports ready to go to the mainland. No, 3. Wait, why do you need 3 transports? This must have been a misclick. I think this is a misclick, because 3 transports, you can put 20 in a transport. Who took Fish's turkeys? I don't actually know. It looks like a lot of them were taken by Delita. Were they all taken by Delita? I think maybe all of them were taken by Delita. I mean, Delita still has 10 turkeys there. My guess is Delita took them. Somebody said not nice. Hold on, I gotta see what's going on in the chat. Teal, I think, says, can't tell if there's a player between us, but I'm middle. That's Dragon Lord Freya to Wegesson. Okay, so Dragon Lord Freya got it right now. Now is talking to Wegesson. And Wegesson says, Teal, I think, but he dead. Okay, alright. That's a fair analysis. This is true. And then Caden says 22, quit touching me, not nice. And I think... Who was that to? Who was Caden talking to here? Oh, it's over here. It's over here. Trax is killing... Trax is killing Caden's fish and Wegison's fish. I'm just saying, Trax wants blood. Like, Trax is like, not only am I going to have a really fresh build that's going to work really well, I'm going to immediately go and try and kill my opponents. I'm going to take their eco out, and I'm going to rule the sea over here. And yeah, Wegison is losing the fish, and Caden also losing the fish. He needs as many islands as possible. I agree himself. I think that that's true. I think that Trax is thinking, I'm going to take the islands and not really worry about the mainland yet. I mean, there's maybe we'll see him go to the mainland, but I think it's possible that he'll just come over to this next island, right? Let's see what he can see. Like, where's he going? Maybe he's going to go find a landing spot down here. Honestly, this whole area down here is totally open. Now, Delita can see some of this area. So if the deer go down over here to get killed, if the hunt gets taken, which maybe won't even happen. Yeah, maybe Trax is just going to come to these islands. Maybe he's not going to go down to the bottom. But Delita's on 2 TCs already, so getting dangerous, right? Getting dangerous. Armon has a nice eco here, is in third. Really good fishing eco. Like, this is crazy good fishing eco. So, Trax being Ethiopians isn't a great water sieve. So I think he might have some difficulty if he stays out there. I think he does need to land somewhere. And, oh, Caden's got tons of fish down here, and Trax just found it. Trax has just found this. He can't actually see the fish yet, but I think he's going to see it in a second. Yeah, this could get very, very difficult for Caden if he runs out of all of his fish. Because Caden's kind of boxed in here, right? He's between gray and red, and then orange is down here, and then blue and purple are here. He's kind of right in the middle of a lot of players. And, oh my, holy expansion. Caden says, I might be in the middle. He's doing 5 TCs! He's going to be on a 5 TC boom. Caden says, I'm going to have all the eco in the world. And, I mean, his fish boom, he's going to be dead over here, but he's just going to go right to land. And if you look at his res, like, he'll have what he needs, right? Look at the food for Trax, though. Trax is just killing it with the eco. Absolutely killing it. And he does decide to land over here, right? He decides to land on this island. So now he's got 2 islands. All kinds of food. The fish is paying off for Trax. Delita slowly expanding out, using the full works. Actually has added siege. That's a mangonel. We're gonna see. I think that Delita is maybe thinking about deleting his only opponent here. And there go 2 vills for Dragon Lord Freya. And Dragon Lord Freya has already found kind of an escape route, right? Dragon Lord Freya has gone up above Teal with a new TC. I think that Dragon Lord Freya... Oh, and Delita picking off vills with the scout now. I think Dragon Lord Freya doesn't want to be here in this area. Where's the king for Dragon Lord Freya? Says it's here. Where? Oh, it's at 30 HP! It's under the TC! The king's right here! Oh, I think that Delita realized that this could be the end of the game for Dragon Lord Freya and purposely decided not to finish it. I don't think that Dragon Lord Freya noticed that this king is sitting under here. Alright, and then it says, go attack player... We have... Caden says to Jahali, go attack player 1, please. He is 2k. I think that Caden saw this. And then Jahali says sorry, and Caden does a heart. So Jahali is sitting here with a whole lot of sergeants and is going to build a donjon, not quite in range of this TC, but still very aggressive, and is going to be in range of these farms. And then himself in the chat says monks to convert those vills would be huge. I think we're talking about these vills. And I think that is Delita's plan, to get some free vills. Only 2 TCs for Delita. Delita opted for a siege workshop and a monastery and a castle, all of which will be good for aggression. Wegison's just kind of chilling. Nice feudal age eco here. Has his own little corner, very peaceful. Caden is just cranking out the vills. Caden's already at 75 vills, right? Caden with a mega boom. Jahaley very safe and secure. Still in feudal age, but has a nice safe base with the 2 donjons, lots of sergeants. Then Caden says, right top. Caden says ally. Jahaley says, sure, I don't know how to, LOL. And Caden says, right top. Then Dragonlord Freya says to Wegison, castle, I think. Is that... How does Dragonlord Freya know that? Dragonlord Freya can see... Dragonlord Freya is allies with Caden. And then... How does Dragonlord Freya, I guess, is allies with Fish and can see his TC. That's what it looks like to me. So, right now, we have Dragonlord Freya allied with Wegison, allied with Caden, allied with Ahriman. Okay, so 4 allies right now. And let's see, Wegison equally allied with these same players. Ahriman also allied with these same players. Caden, okay, so there's Jahaley is only allied with Caden. So Jahaley's kind of on their own. Let's check out Delita. Delita is allied with no one. Delita is gonna be playing for blood, and I think the same is true of Trax. Trax is allied with no one. Now Trax has established himself here on the mainland. We've got 3 TCs now for Trax, and Trax is actually doing quite well out here on these islands as well. Although Wegison has built fires and galleys, so fire galleys and regular galleys, and is defending against what was the aggression from Trax on water, and Wegison's just giving it right back now. Now, I want to see where these kings are. We've got 1 king for Wegison in the TC. We got a king. This is so dangerous, guys. Like, this guy is just out here observing his peasants' homes. But imagine if your enemy, who's not that far away, if Jahaley just decided to you know, walk right over here, saunter on over, and kill this guy. He's defenseless. He's got nothing. And then Jahaley has their king inside the TC here. Same thing for Ahriman. Nice safe king. And Ahriman actually doing a great job with the Burgundian boom. Right? Really good job. Delita obviously being 2K, doing a really good job using the full works. And yeah, like look at these full works. Beautiful. Beautiful farm placements. Lots of food. Caden with an insane eco. Like absolute insanity. But I really hate that the king is exposed. Where is the king for Delita? King for Delita is sitting inside of the castle right now. Right? Inside that castle. Let's go check out. Wegison has gotten up to castle age now and is playing aggressive on the with the navy and is still fishing. Actually still fishing here. Interesting. And it looks like Delita's going to start building cavaliers and has started to treb. Oh, check that out. Dragonlord Freya picking off the trebs with a random mangonel. Oh no, kill it. Finish. Shoot one more time. Oh no, disaster. The mangonel goes down. Oof. There is another mangonel though. The mangonel could come out. Oh, but Delita with the repairs. The wolf doing an interesting job killing Delita's vills there. So Wegison's still only on 1 TC. Jahaley actually adding a lot of TCs now. We have 3 TCs, 4 TCs now from Jahaley. The donjon protection. I like this, the donjon play, right? It's not super aggressive. There's just some defensive donjons. I don't know about this wall. I think that Ahriman has built these barracks here because Jahaley has not allied yet with Ahriman, and Jahaley is suspicious of this area and doesn't want to be aggressively hit, so he's just gonna wall it off. Dragonlord Freya has built a castle up here to protect this part of their eco. This castle has gone down, and I think that Delita is going to come in and wipe the rest of Dragonlord Freya out. I think Dragonlord Freya needs to get the king out. The king is still sitting there. This is so dangerous. Like, this king has been sitting underneath this TC the entire game. And it's literally 1 cavalier away from being a dead king. So, Trax, oh my, Trax building a lot of aggressive military buildings on the southern part of his base that's on the mainland. But I think Delita, I guess Delita didn't do this. Dragon Freya has seen this and has walled it. And there's actually good walls. Like, those walls are right where they need to be. Dragonlord Freya has placed a bunch of outposts to see if there's going to be more further aggression. Nice job picking off the Mangonel for Dragonlord Freya. I think that Delita is trying to be patient here with Dragonlord Freya. I think the best thing that Dragonlord Freya could do right now is offer peace to Delita. Be like, hey, I'm not a threat to you. I'm low elo. Go kill the bigger players. I'll help you. Something along those lines to just let Delita know I'm not trying to kill your king. I'm not going to attack you. But right now, I think that Delita feels as though he needs to take care of the castles and make sure that Dragonlord Freya isn't a threat. And now, Wegeson, we got raided by T90, Decker. We got raided by T90. It was pretty awesome. Right in the middle of a really good game, too. It was really fun. So, like, Wegeson is sending knights down, because remember Wegeson reached out to Dragonlord Freya in the beginning of the game and said, hey, we're the low elos here. Can we be friends? And now, Wegeson's trying to honor that. I like this. Wegeson's trying to be a good teammate, trying to be a good ally, is sending help. Dragonlord Freya is about to lose because their king has been exposed the entire game. And just chilling under the TC with 30 HP. And Delita just massing Cavalier. Okay, Delita almost up to 200 pop. Caden with the 200 pop. Caden has a sick economy. And defensive castles all throughout the economy. And there goes the king. And Dragonlord Freya, unfortunately, goes down basically by not realizing that the king was exposed. And Dragonlord Freya drops the GG. I do think that Trax should have taken care of this. Right? Trax has allowed all of his vills and everything that was here to die to like 3 ships. And now Wegeson realizes his only ally is dead, and Wegeson is saying, hey, Yellow, you want to be friends. Wegeson knows that Caden is right here to the north and doesn't want problems. Oh, you thought about... Okay, Dragonlord Freya. Makes sense. You thought about hiding him, but it was too late. Yeah, that happens. That happens. It's tough to be right next to the 2K player, right? That's just the reality. And now, Delita has to make a decision. Is Delita going to press forward and try and take Wegeson and Caden out? Or is Delita going to go south and try and deal with green? And Trax has a really strong civ for the late game. Ethiopians can be really tough to deal with. They have really good siege. They get camels. They have arbalest. A lot of stuff that the Poles will struggle with. And Caden, not even hesitating, goes straight after Delita's eco. Caden knows that Delita is the strongest player in the game, and Caden is not going to mess around. Caden wants to come down here and let Delita know, hey, I'm here too, and I'm gonna make this game tough for you. I didn't even see you fought. So you fought for these sheep. and idled your TC. I got you. Okay. I missed that. That makes sense. I was wondering where a lot of them went. Jehaeli, although being one of the lower elos in this game, Jehaeli's got quite the army of sergeants going on here. And honestly, Jehaeli's eco is looking pretty good. 100 Vils. Delita with the cheap Cavalier. I think that if you're Caden, you need to maybe, yep, switch to Halbs, and Caden is switching to Halb. And I think we're going to see... Oh, Trax cut through here to Delita, and I think that Trax is just going to push north to try and pressure Delita. And what do we have here? Ahriman being aggressive towards Delita, and Delita has only Vils here, but it might have been that Ahriman thought maybe he could get in here and kill the king if they thought the king might have been in that TC. Right. Let's take a peek at each player's perspective real quick. So Ahriman, not friends with Jehaeli, and Jehaeli's got a donjon and a castle shooting these barracks, and a huge menacing army right outside of Ahriman's base. So Ahriman, friends with Caden, friends with Wegison, but enemies with Delita and enemies with Jehaeli. Jehaeli is friends with Caden and only with Caden. And their ecos are like intertwined right now. And it looks like Jehaeli is getting ready to siege Ahriman. I mean, look at the amount of sergeants. 62 elite sergeants ready to wage war here. And Ahriman is distracted. He's fighting Delita down here, and Ahriman doesn't realize what's happening right now. Ahriman is sending all of his army to try and deal with this, and it looks like Ahriman's actually shipping it down there by transport, which is kind of funny. Okay, here we go. Let's check this out. What do we have here? It says, "Green is my enemy, by the way. Took out my fish." And Caden says, "Yes, unprovoked." So Wegison and Caden are agreeing. Like, yes, green is a problem. Unprovoked aggression early in the game. And Delita is just going back and forth between dealing with Caden in the north and Trax in the south, and then Ahriman periodically landing as well. Now, it looks like Jehaeli has decided... Oh, never mind. We missed it. We're going to go back. We're going to go back. I totally missed it. Ahriman lost the king, it looks like. Let's see where this happened. Okay. Where's the king? The king's currently in there. What happens to this king? What happens to the king? Okay, the barracks go down. Was it a drop? Oh, Ahriman just resigned. Okay. So Ahriman saw what was happening in his base and said, GG. And Ahriman says, well, not against the top player. Checks out. So Delita now has one less threat. And then it says, Wegison says, okay, hold on. Caden says, I want to kill Delita. Wegison says, me too, as they killed my pink friend. Yeah, and now, honestly, Delita is not in a great spot. Oh, all of Jehaeli's troops are currently stuck between Caden's barracks. Thanks, DE. This is a lot of Cavalier, and where are they going? Are they going to try and kill... They might just try and kill Caden's castle, perhaps? So, Caden pressing with halberdiers and with trebs down here. And it looks to me like Delita just wants to find the king with these Cavalier. But Trax is doing a number on Delita. From down south, we have all of these 50 arbs, hussars, trebs coming from the south. In the north, we have halbs, trebs coming for Delita. And Caden is looking really, really strong. And honestly, Delita wants to come through here, but Jehaeli's got 63 elite sergeants. Like, what's Delita gonna do? Run right into these? And it looks like it. And Jehaeli just continues to build more donjons. and collect more and more elite sergeants. And I think things are looking sketchy for Delita. Delita being a very, very strong player, 2K, but can Delita handle 3 different players from all different directions? And Delita has the king here in this castle, but like Delita doesn't look very good right now at all. Like so much of the eco has gone down to the east or south here. It's all tracks. Now I will say Wegeson's still slowly killing things here with the navy. Jahaley just left Armon's base completely once he was defeated, and Delita's just looking. Delita sees it. Delita sees the castle and wants to kill this, but honestly, there's not enough Cavalier in there anymore. How is Delita's score so high? Delita's been fighting a lot this game. Delita's been fighting a lot of different enemies this game. So it's probably buildings destroyed, units killed, that kind of thing. But Caden is currently being protected by Jahaley. Like, Jahaley is fighting to protect Caden's base. And Delita is just searching for something to kill with these Cavalier. And never mind. Delita's castle goes down, and the king is slayed. And Trax defeats Delita. So Delita being the strongest player here, Trax has put on display a really, really strong performance, and Caden as well. Caden and Trax kind of sandwiching Delita right in the middle, and really good job by Trax to find that king and kill it. And now Wegeson says to Caden, I will support you to the end. And earlier had asked, you have a market, I need gold. I don't think there is. Oh, there is. There's a market up now, and Wegeson is trading. So trade has begun to flow for Wegeson. Wegeson with the slow start, but now having a very decent eco, being at 150 pop. All 3 of the other players are currently at 200 pop, though. So there's going to be war. There is going to be a fight. I don't know who Caden goes after next. I think it's going to be Trax versus Caden and Wegeson. Because Trax... Oh, man. All the trebs go down for Caden. Oh, no. Disaster. The trebs run right into the arbs, and they're flattened. And so Trax showed early aggression on the water against both Wegeson and Caden. And I think Wegeson and Caden are going to want their revenge. So I think what we're going to see here is we're going to see an alliance between Wegeson and Caden versus Trax. But I'll be honest, Trax's army comp is looking pretty good. Like Hussar with 60 arbs is hard to fight. Now I think Caden's making a good transition here and is adding in the heavy cav archers along with the cav. But still, not enough here. Not enough here to take these fights. And Trax is going to start pushing north. Now, it looks like Jahaley is slowly pushing south with this sergeant army. And this could potentially become a problem for Trax. Right? If this army pushes straight down into green, the eco could be a problem. Wegeson says, need my upgrade on cav. And then Caden says, we will kill green. We kill green. So, I think that Caden and Wegeson are firmly decided on killing green. And honestly... Oh, actually, Caden said that to Jahaley. So, Caden and Jahaley are allies. Caden's actually allies with everyone except for Trax right now. And Jahaley's only allies with Caden. So I think Jahaley is going to continue to help Caden. I think Caden and Jahaley are going to work together. The real question is going to be, what are they going to do if they do succeed at killing Trax? Right? Say green goes down. Then the question is, do orange and gray turn on yellow? Or does Wegeson keep his word and stick with Caden to the end? Alright, right now, the amount of sergeants mixed in here with the heavy cav the heavy cav archers is going to be very difficult for Trax to deal with. I know it's a lot of arbs, but the arbs don't do particularly well against elite sergeants. 7 pierce armor is really, really good. So the cav archers will melt, but if Jehaeli dives in with the sergeants, this army could go down. What would be really cool right now, guys, is a demo. Imagine if somebody just sent 2 demos in to take out Trax's arbs. It'd be so funny. So Trax found a really nice little spot in between the water here to hide these arbs. Like, it's very hard to surround the arbs in this position. You can't go from either side. It would only be from the front and back. And have wolves. Wolves still doing their aggressive thing up here. Tons of Hussar queued up. Tons of Hussar queued up for Trax. And if you look at Trax's eco, Trax has a lot of wood, a lot of gold, and decent food. Caden has a ton of food, a ton of wood, and decent gold. But you have Jehaeli, who is absolutely banking resources. Jehaeli has 12k wood, 10k food, and 3k gold. Absolutely insane how much Jehaeli has banked right now. Like, and then Wegeson mostly just has food. Really needs to get more gold going. I think that Wegeson could just continue to pump out the trade, and in the long term, could be in a really good spot. But we'll see how long this game goes, right? Because if the game goes really long, Wegeson could really take advantage of that. Wegeson has finally destroyed the TC on this island. And killed the arbs that were here. Wegeson is slowly pushing Trax off of these islands. So there's not going to be anything left here for Trax. I think I would have loved to see Ahriman run his king to this TC out here. But Trax with a very, very strong army still. And Caden doing a good job being annoying with these cav archers. Instead of taking a fight with this main army, he's just running around killing eco, killing army for Trax that he's trying to pump out. And maybe he's even searching to see if the king is exposed, right? Or if the king is somewhere he could kill. Trax should renew his lumber camps though. This is a funny gold out here. It's hard to take this gold, but Trax doing the best he can by building the mining camp here. So Trax taking a big fight here in the middle. And Trax is trying to track this army down and kill it. And now he's gotten into a good position to kill these cav archers. Caden realizes it and is running away with the cav archers. And then Wegeson says has gray turned. Why does he say that? Jehaeli is still fighting green, right? No turning. And Caden says I don't think so. Which is true. He's being honest. And Wegeson is building crossbows. And Savar. The Savar are going to be really good. The crossbows, maybe not so much. So, Trax just trying to hold on right now in a very tough position with 3 opponents attacking him. And then Wegeson says, why is his Donjon shooting me? And where is this happening? Where? Oh, it's the trade carts. Jehaeli is not friends with Wegeson, and Wegeson's trade carts are going down to the Donjon. Wegeson's going to need to work that out, or is going to end up losing a lot of gold to Donjons. Yeah, this would be very annoying. If you're Wegeson, you definitely would be annoyed by that, right? And Wegeson wondering what's going on, because Wegeson is allied, or thought they were allied with Gray. And now they're allied. So Jehaeli says sorry. So Wegeson says he did. Like, Jehaeli did go against me. And Jehaeli says to everyone, sorry, indicating that it was an accident. And then says I allied Orange. We'll see if Wegeson is quick to forgive or feels as though he needs some revenge for losing his trade carts there. And Orange, so Wegeson and Caden Orange and yellow are both pressing in down here on tracks. And up here in the north, Jahaley is, right? Gray. So 3 players all pressuring tracks. And tracks, green, is trying to defend in the north, but I don't think is going to really have anything to defend here in the south. Tracks not trading with anyone. Tracks has a lot of res, but really a very, very bad position, right? You've made enemies of everyone, and now you're dealing with the consequences of that. I will say Wegison hasn't gotten chemistry yet on these crossbows, so these crossbows are just shooting regular arrows. And the war elephants! They're not elite yet, but we've got war elephants from Wegison. Love to see it. Love to see it. The war elephants are such a fun unit. If you have the res for them, they're so strong. And he does need the upgrades. He has no upgrades on them, but if he got the upgrades, they would be crazy good. Imagine if he got all the upgrades. So Trax has dealt really well with the pressure in the north, but now he's got to go down and deal with this. And I don't really see how he does. Right? He's got the 54 arbs that have gotten 197 kills. These are some hero arbs, guys. 200 kills from these bad boys. These arbs have put in the work. That's insane. That's a lot of kills for one batch of units. So Trax really getting value out of these units. And Jahaley just slowly pushing the donjons here. Nothing else really happening except for this fight, right? Only Trax being pressured. Wegison, Jahaley, and Caden are going to have to figure out what they do after they kill Trax. And has Trax gotten his king out of here? I don't think so. Where's the king? The king is just chilling. The king is sitting here with his scepter in hand, looking for a way out. There are 2 transports. He could get the he could get out of here with the transports. It's totally possible. Trax continues to defend. These arbs continue to rack up the kills. Really nice job with the micro on the arbs. And the Scorps are getting good value too. Right? Killing a lot of these crossbows. But now Jahaley continues to press here in the north with just more and more sergeants. And look at the res right now. Jahaley's sitting on 22k food, 16k wood. No gold though. 0 gold for Jahaley. Wegison still has 14 trade carts. So a slow income of gold for Wegison. Nice, nice. Trax just doing an amazing job with the micro on these arbs who have just continued to brutally annihilate so many of the enemy forces. But I don't think, as good as the micro has been, as good as the fight has been for Trax, I think that Jahaley, Caden, and Wegison will slowly close this position out. And I think that Trax is going to have a really, really tough time doing anything else. And if Trax maybe took some Vills and the King out of here, escapes to one of these islands where there's some stone, some gold, could potentially escape doom for a short period of time. But then again, Wegison might pull the Navy down and kill his transport, right? These arbs have survived so much. And honestly, maybe he'll take the arbs with him. Who knows? Okay, there goes the king. The king has escaped. For now. There's not really much navy. The king has escaped. Jahaley. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens when and if Trax goes down. I agree, Miscellaneous Leopard. I agree. Trax. Where is he going to go with this? Is he just going to go, like, try and go down? There's not really anywhere to land. He could land here or here, I guess. Also, we missed it. Did the magic berries get eaten? Nope, they're still there. Magic berries inside of the wood line are still there. Alright, so Trax has been cleaned up. They just need to find tracks. If they knew about this, I'm sure that Wagason would send his navy down there to clean it up and finish killing it, right? So at this point, Jahali has started to take out a bunch of Ahriman's buildings just to make space for more eco. Jahali really needs gold though. Like Jahali has so much wood and food. Yeah, long live the magic berries. And look at this. Trax is trying to cut this wood, but he has nowhere to drop off the wood at. So is he gonna maybe build a lumber camp here and then chop through? Potentially. Maybe he's gonna go find an island to try and occupy. Now the question is that has to be asked now is like, okay, Wagason and Caden have been friends since the beginning. But Caden and Jahali have been friends from the beginning. And so now... And then Trax says, what was that group up? I think what he means is... And he says bullies! Trax, who was ultra aggressive with Caden and Wagason in the beginning of the game, killing all of their fish. And Caden says, you killed our fish! And Wagason says, deserved! And Trax is like, okay, maybe. And laughs. It's funny. Like, Trax played very, very aggressive, and then he calls them bullies. Gotta love it. So now this transport ship has just got a king and 2 vills. And Trax still has a TC here. And Trax is actually pretty loaded with res. Like, look, Trax has 5k gold, 3k wood, 800 food. Like, he just needs to find a place to reboom, and he actually would be fine. He just needs to find a peaceful island. Like, he could go here, take this island. He could go here, take that island. Trax. 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 Where are you going, buddy? That's not safe. Well, Trax might just drop his king off into death. I don't know. I like this move. Okay. This is very smart. Wagason builds a castle, walls in the castle, and puts his king in it. He knows the aggression might come. He knows. He's hiding the king. Caden has done the same thing. Double stone walls, put his king in the back. Jahali. Where is Jahali's king? Let's click on this king. Where is the king? Okay, in the TC. In the TC. And Caden is just trying to finish off Trax. Caden's just looking for where Trax could be. And Trax is just kind of moving around with the king on the water. Wagason has moved the navy slightly from where it was, so maybe Wagason's thinking about trying to find this king. And Jahali brought vills to this island over here. I don't know when or why, but Jahali brought 10 vills to this island at some point. There's the transport. Now you've got 3 players, all in the same area, all boomed up, all at 200 pop, or just about 200 pop. All of them have res. Jahali low on gold, but stacked with wood and food. Wagason with a decent amount of gold, but has quite a bit of food and wood. Caden, not much gold either, so they're all low on gold, but have a lot of food and wood. So they all have enough res to make a lot of trash. A lot of trash, but not much else. And Trax is still just hanging out here. And Wagason uses spies and says king on water. Wagason says that to Caden. So Wagason just told Caden, hey, the king's on water, just so you know. And let's see. They can't see exactly where it is, but I'm sure they'll find it eventually. So they used treason to find this. And oh, Wagason is gonna go find and terminate. Looking to terminate the king. Let's see. Oh. He missed. Trax is using fishing ships as little spies to see what's coming. And now Wegason's like, I swear he was over here. I know he was here. He's like, come on. Now he's looking in the corner. He's looking everywhere else. And Trax has made it out. And honestly, there's actually no vills now on this island. Trax could come back to this his starting island if he wanted to. And it looks like everyone is just uneasy, not knowing what the next move is. What? Oh, treason was used again. So they just had the king area revealed again, and Trax is gonna build a whole bunch of archery ranges, but I think Wegason's gonna find this. And Trax knows now. Wegason's on my scent. He's coming for me. And he puts the king right in the middle. And now there's no transport. And he deletes the... I think that Wegason, that Trax thinks he can get out of here. He's building a transport. No way. No way. And Wegason just can't see it. And there goes Trax with the king again. Oh, but he's been found. He's been spotted. Oh no, Trax. Oh, and Trax killed. He calls the GG. He laughs and calls the GG. Very fun watching Trax try and survive with that king. And now Caden says, what now? And Jahaley says GG. And Wegason says, got him. Like, I got him. It happened. And, yeah, now we've got a decision to be made. Wegason, Caden, and Jahaley are going to have to figure out what they're going to do here. Now, if I were Wegason or Jahaley, I would see Caden and say, Caden is definitely the bigger threat. He's got the higher score. He's the higher elo. That's how I would think. But then, maybe Wegason or Jahaley are thinking, I can't win this game, but maybe I can get second if I team with Caden. Maybe I can get second. I would personally want to go for first. Kill the stronger player together and then duke it out. And to be fair, I will say that Jahaley and Wegason are on either side of Caden. They could sandwich Caden if they play it that way. I think it'd be their best shot at beating him. And right away, Jahaley doesn't even say anything and just declares war on Caden. No warning, and Caden says, I'm in the middle. So Caden actually recognized his position. And he was in the middle. Now, does that mean that Wegason's going to declare here as well? Or will Wegason let them fight? And then try and fight the person who wins? Because that could actually be the best way. And Wegason says, what do you think? He is higher elo. If I were orange, I'll go for a wonder and hope it works. And wonder victory is on. True, that would be fun. I don't know if they had conquest on or not. It's regicide mode, so I don't know if that works. And now we have a lot of cav archers fighting against sergeants, which the cav archers don't do bad here. They're able to fight this. So this is going to be, I think, good for Caden if it's just a 1v1. I think the problem will be if Wegason gets involved from the south. Right? I think that Caden can handle the 1v1 versus Jahaley. Although Jahaley does have a lot of res. Right? A lot of res banked. So we'll see. But it's looking pretty good right now for Caden. These cav archers doing work on the sergeants. Scorpions being added by Jahaley, but Jahaley needs to get the upgrades to have the scorpions, right? No upgrades for them. Need siege engineers, chemistry, and some other things. A lot of sergeants going down here for Jahaley. Does Jahaley have squires? It doesn't look like Jahaley has squires. Okay, what's the plan after Gray then? Wegison says that to Caden. So Caden, Wegison is planning on betraying Jahaley. And says, okay, but once I do, what's the plan at the end? And Caden says, I don't know. so Caden's like, I don't know, we'll see. And that to me, if I were Wegison, I would say that's not definitive enough for me. I'm gonna join Jahaley. And then Caden says, I'm not good at planning. What an excuse. What an excuse. Like, I don't know. You could just offer the win to the teammate that you've had the whole game. You could say, if you help me, I'll resign, or if you help me, I'll give you a bunch of resources or something. But saying I don't know is not very reaffirming and reassuring. And I actually, Jahaley is building a good comp here. If these Scorpions get upgraded, like Sergeant Scorpion. Oh, and Jahaley has upgraded them. So now these are upgraded Scorpions. I think they have ballistics. No ballistics. They need ballistics. But like Sergeant Scorpion against Cav Archer isn't actually that bad. And Wegison is still sitting on the sideline. He says, in response to that comment of I'm not good at planning from Caden. And I don't think Wegison is really buying that. But there's a lot of military buildup down there, but nothing declared yet. Jahaley just massing army. Jahaley still doing decent on res. Still has a lot of res. Out of wood, though. Out of wood. But, I mean, that's to be expected when you've made 30 Scorpions, right? No one is on water, and at this point, there's only 2 players trading. Caden and Wegison. I think, chat, I just let them duke it out, so Wegison is now only talking to us. and he's just letting us know that he's just going to stand by until they've finished their business. Which, honestly, if you're in Wegison's position, that may be the best thing to do. Right? Maybe the best thing to do is just wait and see where the dust settles, and then try and kill the player that's left. Right? And if you're Wegison, look at Wegison's res: 13k gold, 25k food, 16k wood. He's in a great position. Like, he's in a great position with his resources. And Jahaley is actually doing pretty well here. Jahaley pressing forward with Sergeants and Scorpions. Caden trying to do the best to snipe the Scorpions with the trebuchets, but now Hussar's coming in, and Hussar's going to be a problem for these Scorps. Hussar and Magyar Hussar shred siege. And now all the Scorps are going down, and Jahaley's in a rough position. No res left for Jahaley, or very limited res, enough to build some sergeants, but that's about it. Pop now down to 120 for Jahaley. And Caden just now running forward with 71. Now 82 heavy cav archers, fully upgraded Magyar heavy cav archers. And the score looking very menacing now for Caden. And if I were Wegison, I would not like my potential future opponent to be building castles in my base. But that's exactly what Wegison is doing too. Wegison's building castles forward, up into Caden's base. Now I think Jahaley having a hard time getting production up. A lot of the donjons are gone now. Might be time to think about building a transport and getting out of here with the king. Potentially saving your king and trying to reboom somewhere else. Now a lot of sergeants being made for Jahaley, but just so many heavy cav archers putting the pressure on. Cav archers, Trebs, and elite Magyar Hussar is a really tough combo to beat. Now I like this. Wegison prepping siege workshops, and if you see this, this is where the king was before for Caden. Caden has moved that king up here since then. But I think that if you're Wegison, you're thinking, I need siege rams to take out these castles. That or bombard cannons. And Jehaeli trying to run with the king. Nowhere to go. Needs to get a transport if they want to get this king out of here. Yeah, everything going down for Jehaeli. Jehaeli has to get this king out of here with a transport if he wants to. And Jehaeli's gonna stonewall the king out on this little peninsula. Does Caden briefly saw this? Caden might just go up there with the cav archers and finish it. Oh, and there comes the transport with some vills. Let's go. Let's go. So Jehaeli is still alive. Oh, no way. Wegison knows. Wegison sees this. Is Wegison going to turn on Jehaeli at the last minute? Jehaeli trying to sneak by and get out of there. And everything going down now for Jehaeli on land. And Jehaeli's just looking for a way. And Caden says he is on water with King. Now this is Caden's way of saying to Wegison, you need to kill that king. And now the question that has to be asked is, will Wegison comply? Will Wegison comply? Maybe. It looks like Wegison is chasing down that king. And Jehaeli says, you'll never take me alive. I want to see if Jehaeli deletes the transport. And just like, you'll never take me alive, and then actually kills the transport. So, you got Caden now with a massive army, but Caden is low on gold. Wegison has 15k gold. I would love to see Elite War Elephant from Wegison. That'd be awesome. He said, Ladi says, they could do an honorable mango duel, best of 3 to determine the winner if they didn't want to fight it out between the two of them. It looks like Jehaeli's legitimately... Oh, and Jehaeli deletes the vills and the king! The suicide pact. Wait, nope, there's one vill left. Poor Joe. He was the lone survivor. This guy's gonna live with some serious trauma after this. At least he's got a nice little university where he can go to live, though. Like, that's a nice little villa. Got some friendly townfolk. Well, I guess there's no one there. He'll just have to use the buildings himself. Oh my, look at these buildings here. And now Caden says, okay, my friend, how you want to do this? Well, getting the massive army ready to assault Wegison's position. Dragon Lord Freya says can't afford tuition either. Yeah, Sergeant Jehaeli, it was fun. It was fun watching you. Well played, by the way. And now Wegison says, any proposals? No. And Caden says no. With the crooked... I don't even know what to call this. Frowny face. Sergeant Jehaeli, you did great. He said, I did better than I thought for being lower elo. No, you did great. Okay, Sergeant Jehaeli. Are you male or female, if you don't mind me asking? This is Jehaeli. I didn't know whether to call you she or he. I just was like they most of the time, just because I don't know. Male. Okay, now I know for future reference. That I will very much... I'm saying it right. Okay, alright. Alright, so... Now we have this massive buildup. There's a massive buildup. All kinds of cav archers. We got Savar. We've got crossbows. We've got war elephants. I would love to see upgraded war elite. Oh, they are. The upgrade is in. So we fight it out. So Wegeson says, so we fight it out, question mark? And Caden says, yes, may the best win. And Wegeson says, so be it. I will say, Wegeson is in the better position res-wise. Wegeson has a lot more res, and Caden is in, I think, the better position elo-wise, and also with maybe better comp. A better comp. But if Wegeson goes, like, pure war elephants and Savar, this could be insanely good. You like that they moved their trade right before the fight, did they? Did they move their... I thought it all died. Oh! Oh, you're right! Wegeson is trading with Dragon Lord Freya! Let's go! Wegeson's being really intelligent about this. Like, Wegeson says, yeah, okay, I'm gonna fight you, but my eco's gonna keep working. Do I remember their elos? Caden's like 1,500, I think Wegeson's around 1k. So it's a pretty big elo gap, but if Wegeson goes Savar War Elephant, I think Wegeson can actually win this. Mostly because of the amount of res that Wegeson has. Look at Wegeson's res. 8k gold, 26k food, and 15k wood. And the War Elephants are so good. Right, War Elephants are amazing. Trebs and War Elephants, man, I like this Wegeson guy. He's doing it right. He's got the right idea. He's trying to build stables. He should have built them before the fighting started, but this is fine. Like, Cav Archers will take forever to kill these elephants. And then Dragon Lord Freya providing the assist for Wegeson. And still being a homie from the grave. Yeah, Dragon Lord Freya, I love your little ally alliance, your little alliance with Wegeson. The fact that you're like, hey, we're both lower elo, let's team up. And that you guys Wegeson even tried to come over and save you with knights in Castle, by the way. I don't know if you saw that, but Wegeson was a faithful ally. So the Trebs, I mean, we've got Savar, we've got Elite War Elephants. I think Wegeson may be winning this. Wegeson's pop is not as high as it should be, but also Wegeson just lost a bunch of crossbows. And if you replace the crossbows with War Elephants, and oh, Caden sees the trade though. Caden sees what's happening with the trade, I think. He's got a lot of units down here, so I think he's probably recognized this. Wegeson is making progress here. Slow, but good progress. And Caden cannot replace the heavy Cav Archers. If Caden loses the heavy Cav Archers, there's no replacing them. And now Caden is converting War Elephants, which is actually really smart. Because you have no heresy for the Persians, so you can convert elephants always. Although they do have redemption and faith, or I mean devotion and faith. So having devotion and faith is good, but I don't think that. Ah, he's getting devotion. Okay, all right. So Wegeson's getting devotion. Caden could spam help forever though. He could, but Wegeson can spam crossbows forever too to deal with the helps because they're just wood. Alright, so Wegeson making progress here on these Cav Archers. And the Cav Archers is... When the Cav Archer numbers drop, it's going to be very hard for Caden to stay in this. Now, a lot is dying to these castles. And Caden's Cav Archer numbers are still good. 43 is still decent. And there's still some in the queue. Now, I think if these bombard cannons come in here and clean these Trebs up, that could be really good for Wegeson. Wegeson is starting to drop in gold, though. Right? It started with like 13k gold. Now it's down to 2k gold. Oh, Wegeson. Throwing a lot of troops under these castles, not really advisable, right? This might be the problem. In the long term, Wegeson might run out of gold just by sending the troops in one at a time and not massing up. Bombard cannons did clear these trebs, though, and now there's trebs that can come and take this castle out, right? And Wegeson still has almost 3k gold. Caden has no gold. Now, we do need to see the trebs keep moving forward, though, right? Down here, Caden getting good raids in on Wegeson. And now Wegeson at almost 200 pop, though. Like, keeping the pop up, doing a good job with that, putting the pressure on, has 72 crossbows protecting the trebs. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The castle goes down, right? So castle's down, easier to move forward with no castles. This is just rams. Oh, but these rams could push this position where the king is for Wegeson. This may be a long-term play for Caden. Now these trebs are going to move forward again. And, I mean, the crossbows are doing work on these cab archers. But yeah, these are mostly just buildings for Caden. But Caden is building some rams, though. A lot of crossbows. There's currently 75 crossbows for Wegeson, with more in the queue. And now we're seeing light cav. I would like to see him spend the rest of his gold, though. Right? Wegeson should be spending that gold. Oh, and the rams are kind of going up the middle, though. They're not coming down here. But the rams, with the heavy cav archers, would make these crossbows not very viable anymore, because the crossbows would target the siege rams, right? So a lot of heavy cav archers still alive for Caden. And Caden doesn't have any queued right now, and his gold is not very high. But he could always just sell food or wood, right, if he needs to. I think if you're Wegeson, you need to get to the point where your eco is the winning factor, because he's not going to win on micro, right? So he needs to win by just having more res than the opponent. And right now, Wegeson is on track to do just that if he can make Caden use all of his res. Caden does have a lot of eco left alive, though, right? Only 66 vills for Wegeson, but only 65 for Caden. Guess it's about the same. Are they all working? Looks like they're mostly working. The comp is much better for Caden, though. Let's check out the KD real quick. Look at that KD. The value is actually similar. The value of military units on the field is very similar. And, the KD is actually not that bad for Wegeson either. We'll go back to res, just to keep that in view. And now Wegeson is spending the rest of the gold. Actually, yes. Wegeson has some docks and could trade with... Nope, no docks left for anybody else. Actually, he could trade right here with Fish. He could trade with Fish or with... he could actually trade with Caden's dock. He could also trade with Trax's dock as well. Bombard cannons getting some good shots in there on the cav archers. These are some expensive bombard cannons. If you're Wegeson, you really want to keep them alive. Okay, the rams are doing work down here now on this castle. If you're Wegeson, you want to pay attention to this and kill this. The cav archer number's down to only 36 now for Caden. So Caden has now like gotten to the point where the cav archer numbers are starting to look pretty bad. Only 32 left now. What is the relic count? 1 relic for Caden. I think it's just 1 relic, and I don't know. 2 relics for Wegeson. Not a great relic count. Oh, but the raids, the big raids for Caden. Bill count's still similar for both players, though. And now Caden I think having a little bit of an advantage here. But if he could keep, if Wagason could keep these safe and then make it a last push. Did those rams die? I guess the rams died. I don't see them anymore. Only 31 cav archers left for Caden. Still a lot of res in the bank for Wagason. No more food for Caden. Caden is out of food. He's got 50 on food, but he's out of food. He does have 5k wood left. Oh no, not the bombard cannons! Oh no! Some good shots though from the bombard cannons. It looks like Wagason's pop is looking worse and worse. He's still trading though. Like Wagason's still trading with this market. What a beast with the trade. Where are the rams? Oh, the rams, the secret ram push. This is where the king is. There's a king up here in the north, the king in the north for Caden, and then you've got the king down here in the south for Wagason. But the res looking very, very poor for Caden. Caden is not a rich man right now. And Wagason, like, still decent res, and his gold is so good because of this trade that Caden just seems okay with not killing. The trade just continually cranking in for Wagason. And the food for Caden not good. The gold's not good. It would be amazing if he has the Navy, right? If like for somehow if Wagason got a transport in here and transported his a bunch of trebs, yeah, that'd be awesome. I don't think it will happen, but it would be awesome. So Caden down to 28 cav archers, has no gold and no food. He's putting more and more vills onto food. I will say that Caden's doing the right thing. He's actually rebooming because he needs res, so he's down up to 113 vills now. So it's soon going to be one of those like now or never moments for Wagason where he either kills his opponent or allows him to boom to the point where he has the res and Wagason can no longer kill him. Rams from Wagason. Now Wagason could actually get the upgrade for siege ram. Caden doesn't have that upgrade, so okay, some trade starting to go down now for Wagason. Wagason has had gold income most of the game from his trade and is now finally losing that trade. I will say one of the things that Wagason needs to do is he needs to keep producing. Sometimes his queues go kind of empty for a little while. He's got a lot of light cav that could be Hussar. He needs to make them Hussar. He has the res to actually make the Hussar upgrade. He could get the Hussar upgrade. Wait, why are these? Oh, actually, I just realized Wagason's got 2 relics down here too. He's got 4 relics. But is he going to take these down here and try and get them out somehow? Like can he make? He could make a transport. I'm just trying to figure out where he's going. Maybe he's gonna go over here and kill this. Maybe that's the play. But Caden, if Caden's able to get his eco back booming, then he can sell wood or food and make more cav archers. And then I think Wagason's in trouble, right? Because if Wagason doesn't have his own gold income, which he is losing, and his opponent gets back into a good position eco-wise, I think Wagason loses. Where are these going? Okay, he's just trying to clear buildings over here for now. He did get Hussar, by the way. So good job from Wagason to get Hussar. It's not the same. I don't think it has the same. It does. It has the same stats as Magyar Hussars. The Magyar Hussars are cheaper. Right, that's the main difference. Few elephants and crossbows down here. There's actually a good amount of elephants. He's got 6 elite elephants down there that he can move up. A lot of Hussar. 54 Hussar for Wegison. So he could take some good fights here. He needs to bring these to the front, though. He has a lot of army that he just needs to bring to the front. Why isn't Caden on Magyar Hussar with those 3 castles? He might have just forgotten. He might have just forgotten, and he's just trying to get units out. He does have Corvian army, yeah. He has elite, and he has all of his upgrades. It's not an upgrades thing. And, you know, Wegison has cleared up a lot of these buildings down here. Hey, Mr. Chuckles. And, like, look at this. The trade is still going. Somehow, Wegison still has 7 trade carts. And, you know, Wegison actually has the res. He could build more trade carts. He's not, but he could. Alright, I have a question. Mods and VIPs. How many mods and VIPs do I have here right now? Because I'm thinking about you guys doing a mods and VIPs game. If we have at least 6 mods / VIPs, I would love to be able to cast a mods versus VIPs. Yes, Flash Artillery, you are indeed still VIP. And Grape Juice says, I gotta go soon. David says, I might still be a mod. You are still a mod. Is Decker here? That's a question. Might actually send him a... One second, guys. Might send him a message and let him know that we're gonna be playing. See if he's around. Where's this from? Okay, I'll send it to him after this game. So, yeah, I mean, they're pretty much at a stalemate right now. But the gold and food is still slightly better for Wegison, although 94 on food for Caden, who is now up to 140 vills. So a lot of army for Wegison. Where did those not Trebs? Where did the Rams go? Where are the other ones? Is he over here with them? I guess they're all right here. How many are here? Yeah, they're all here. So he's pressing this castle with Rams, and it's kind of working. Honestly, the army numbers are kind of pushing Caden back. Like, there's a lot of army here. And there's a lot of raids coming in now. And now Caden's down to 115 vills. It looked like it was Caden's game to lose just a minute ago. But honestly... Honestly, I'm seeing a case for maybe Wegison pulling this off. Oh no! Oh no! All of the Hussars are chasing 2 Hussars down here. He needs to get this ram. That's Caden's ram, actually. He needs to kill that ram. Now, that push did not work, and I don't know. Will Wegison lose his oomph because of the lost push here? And Miscellaneous Lover says, be afraid, David. So what do we have for teams? Flash Artillery, Dr. Trollermeister, Miscellaneous Leopard, and that's 3 VIPs. Who would be the 4th? QWERTY. QWERTY. We have 4. If you guys can all play. I don't know if you guys can all play. And then it would be David, Decker, Mr. Chuckles. You need a minute before you'd be able to play? Okay, okay. What if you convinced, he's saying Daniela? If Daniela wants to play, yeah. We could throw her in that game. And QWERTY says, I could play if you need a 4th. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this one needs to get wrapped up. I think that mods and VIPs will need to play after this one or less of them will be available later. I think more will be available right after this game than if we do another community game. I think we'll do mods and VIPs, and then maybe right after that do another community game. I think that Caden will close this one out, though. I think that the push just fell apart here for Wegeson, and there's really not much eco left in the tank for Wegeson. I think Caden will close the game out now. There is trade still happening for Wegeson, but it's not a lot of trade, and it's about to die. That market's gonna die soon. Market's gonna die soon. And I'm still well aware I owe the chat one more Low Elo Legends versus Soloff, or chat versus Soloff 2v1 or 3v1. I'm 1-1, so I need to win the last one. That's a lot of Savar though from Wegeson. Like, he's gonna last a little while longer here, I think, with those Savar. And somehow he's producing more elite war elephants. This guy just has more in his tank. He's like, nah, you know, Caden wants to finish it, but I'm still in this game. He's like, Mr. Soloff, you might have thought that I was dead, but joke's on you. I'm actually gonna push back now. This is a lot of, I mean, just 19 elite war elephants. That's a lot of elite war elephants. He doesn't need to patrol them, though. Right now, they're just kind of running through units. And now they're patrolling. Mr. Chuckle says, I can play if it's 5 mods versus 3 VIPs. Depending on the elo, we might end up doing that. It really depends on what kind of elo we get on the other side. We'll see. Or we might put a VIP on the mods team. We'll draft miscellaneous. Because I think there's only 3 mods. So Mr. Chuckles, David, and then I think Decker will play. So I think there's only 3 mods here. Unless Dan is here. I know Scrappy said he has to go soon, so. I don't know, is JLo's here? I wanted JLo's to be able to play in it as well. There's 26 elite war elephants on the map right now, guys. When do you see 26 elite war elephants? Ah, JLo's fan, do you want to play? In the next game? You just woke up from a nap? Okay. You haven't played in months? So Mr. Chuckle says, I haven't played in months and definitely not well versed in the game. That's okay. We'll try and even it out. It might not be mods versus VIPs. Maybe it will be mods and VIPs split into the different teams. Oh no, they're not patrolling, and all of them are gonna go down. Patrol. Okay, he's patrolling now. The war elephants, if they're patrolling here, will do okay, but he's running back. Oh no. Can you get a mod to host? You said I would, but I literally still finishing my workday. Set up the lobby at least. Yeah, so if you want to have I'm trying to think. Whoever it is, I'll probably just get in a quick call with them. And Mr. Chuckle says I can't host if it's internet heavy. Yeah, maybe Decker could host. David, do you want to ping Decker in the Discord and ask him if he's going to play? Say that we're getting ready to do the mods and VIPs game. See if he maybe can host it, and I'll jump in Discord with him after this one. Yeah, so, I mean, we're looking at, I think, a slow death for Wegeson, because Wegeson's pretty much out of res. And I think Caden has enough army to deal with this push. And then I think after that, Caden will eventually push back and kill. This has been a very back and forth from these two at the end of this game, though. Like, Vil count is not good for Wegeson, but Wegeson still has trade. Oh, but Caden started trading with this as well, and Caden set up a castle outside the market. Caden sets up a castle right outside the market, so now all of Wegison's trade carts are going to go down here. And that's going to be the end for Wegison. I guarantee you that will be the end. Well, he sees it. He actually sees it and pulls the carts back. Now, where is he going to trade, though? Is there another market? I don't think so. Nah, he would have to kill that castle if he wants to trade. Oh, he deletes it. Wegison knows the delete your ally trick, ally's market trick. And he just deletes the market so that Caden can't get any gold from it. But now, Wegison's completely out of res. Doesn't have bills. And has no army. This is the moment. This is the moment where Caden will put the pressure on. I don't think Wegison will have a response. Like, he's completely out of res. He's got a little bit of gold. And he does have a lot of relics, right? So, like, that's a positive for him. But the 4 relics won't be enough. All right, it won't be enough. He's trying to make Hussar, and oh, come on, Caden, just push. Just push, guy. Finish it off. Okay. Back to this. So, like, this TC goes down. I think it's just a matter of time. I think Wegison could viably GG here. But he might not want to. He might want to try and run with the king and survive as long as he can. And somehow he's making more Savar to fight here. But Caden is now putting all of the pressure on. Has plenty of res now. He's got lots of eco. He's got 93 vills. And the thing is, I think that if Wegison had realized that this might be the predicament he gets in if he doesn't kill Caden earlier with Jahali, it might not have come to this, right? And Wegison killing the Trebs with a sneak bombard cannon. I think that Caden could build a few more Trebs. It would help speed things up. Now the real question is, wait, why are Wegison's building petards? He's building petards. Is he going to get a transport? Is he building a transport? Imagine he gets a transport here, gets the petards to go to this point, goes around the entire map, lands here, drops him off, kills the castle. That'd be a crazy play. But is it possible? I mean, he would need to get the petards made and out of here very quickly. Did Caden research spies? He could probably get spies. Or if he doesn't get spies, could he... I mean, he could get treason at least, right? Oh, he knows. Caden knows. He's splitting his hussars up looking for the king. Will he find it? He can't see over here. What can he see? He can see the vills, actually. Is there a transport coming? There is! There's a transport coming! That's so funny. He's still trying. Like, Wegison is legit still trying. He's got... He's got 8 petards. Can he sneak the petards? Okay, I think this is his only chance. He's got to try and sneak the petards along the edge of the map. This is his chance. Come on. Okay. All right. He's going to try and sneak. The king's going to get out of there. There's a dock being made, a transport being sent. Caden should see this. He does. He sees it. Oh, no. No. The petard play. No. It's going to end in failure. Does he know about... Can he see this? Oh, he sees the edge of it. He's sending cav archers. Okay, it's a race. Did the cav archers get there in time? I don't think so. I think the transport gets there in time. Okay, does he see this? Oh! 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 The king! It can't get in the transport! It can't get in the transport! Oh no! It's being blocked by the hussar! Oh, the king goes down! The king goes down. That was a fun game. That was a lot of fun. Really, really good back and forth between Caden and Wegeson there at the end. I think there was a few times where Wegeson seemed to have a chance to actually win it. I think that Wegeson should have gone for the transport with the petards earlier and tried to win that way. I think it was possible. Or even go with a bunch of trebs earlier. But GG's. It was really fun.